This was found on a dig to the city of Blightthorn. I'm sure you've heard of that name before. Yes, it used to be the glistening, bustling city of Brighthaven. Until the Blightthorn Incident about 10 years ago or so. A tragic event that destroyed half of the city. And the rest of the city just fell to ruin after. If you must know, there is someone else in Whisperwind who may be able to tell you more about the city of Brighthaven. It was her home, after all, before moving here. There we are. Let's look at that. Just adjust that there. How did you write it? Gotta get it right. Oh, hello. Sorry, I didn't hear you come in. As you know, sometimes I just get wrapped up in my work a bit and forget that other people exist. Sorry, let me put that away. Hi. What can I do for you? Oh, this? You want to say that? Oh, thank you. It's actually just a bit of a pet project. I'm sort of recreating something that I was working on long ago, somewhere else. Yeah, it was me and my... No, it doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, it's just trying to remember it from a long time ago. Memories long past, so I'll get there. No, did you need something? It's good to see you in the Brass Menagerie again. Oh, you've got a present for me. Oh, what's the occasion? Is it a festival where you're from today? It's not my birthday. I don't have anything for you. Oh, it's just because. Oh, well, thank you very much. Yeah, sure. Yeah, let me take a look. What on earth? Oh, there's dirt in here? But yeah, it just got me all dirty. What is this? It's a little... Yeah, it's a little toy. But it's from... Where did you get this? From Zot. Why am I not surprised? Of course she would have something like this. Did she say where she got it from? From Blightthorn. It's not Blightthorn. It's Brighthaven. No, I know it's been officially changed to Blightthorn now. It's not how I remember it. Yeah, this is... I suppose it would be considered something of a relic now. A lost culture. A destroyed city. Yeah, it looks like it's been buried in the dirt of Blightthorn and the ruins for quite some time. Yeah, it's a little bug. It's got some little helmet. Looks like it's almost made out of leaves. And some goggles. A little instrument, like a lute or something. You see that it's carrying? Yeah, And the legs, it looks like they move. There's a little lever over here. Maybe it actually danced. Yeah, I don't think its hands move, so it doesn't actually play it, but maybe it danced at one point. A long time ago. A long time ago. What? Oh, yeah, yes. I think I could probably restore it. I mean, it's going to take some work. It's quite dirty. Yeah, it's going to take quite a bit of some tender love and care. Let's just say that way. You know, this actually looks similar to a toy that I used to have when I was little. Yeah, there was this this toy shop, the workshop. It wasn't too far from where I used to live. And that man always created the most intricate and interesting little toys. I bet a dancing musical bug would be right up his alley. Yeah, it really does look like it's something he made. It's gonna take a long time. It's okay. I'd be happy to spend the time restoring it. Yes, yeah, I used to live in Brighthaven before the Blightthorn Incident. It's the official title, I suppose, now that the king has propagated. The Blightthorn Incident, the huge explosion in town that destroyed half of the beautiful city and everyone with it. Yes, I know it really happened. I don't really like to talk about it. It's painful, so you can probably understand. It was my home. It's not just some history book. It was where I lived. It was where I loved. Yeah. The gnome responsible. What do you mean, do I know the gnome responsible? It wasn't a gnome that caused the Blightthorn Incident. It wasn't a gnome that destroyed the beautiful city of Brighthaven. Brighthaven was founded by the gnomes. Gnomes are, at their very core, peaceful. They're the kindest, most peaceful, most intelligent race there is out of all of us. We could all do to learn quite a bit from gnomes. No, it wasn't a gnome. I do, however, know the human that caused the incident. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know about it at the time, but he was actually a friend of mine. Yeah. In Brighthaven, it was a city unlike anything you've ever seen. Yeah, not like the big buildings of Parliament or somewhere like Eshan that's so self-important. Brighthaven was a city of the future, full of inventors, alchemists, apothecaries, repair shops, all sorts of fascinating people doing fascinating things every single day. Every day there was something new, there was something exciting. It was a place where people looked to the future with hope, with anticipation, building a better tomorrow. Yeah, buildings that were sturdier or that could be built quicker. You know, even things like carriages that didn't need horses. There was actually an inventor that was working on something like that. It was fascinating, absolutely fascinating. It was the most amazing place in the world. Wonderful place to grow up, that's for sure. Yeah, my dad and I, we had a repair shop that we ran together. No, it was just him and me. My mum died when I was little. I don't really remember her much, but it's okay. I had my dad, and we had our repair shop, and we liked to sort of invent things on the side here and there, but for the most part it was the repairs that paid the bills, you know. Yeah. It was a beautiful city. It's quite good. What's wrong with you? Oh. Okay, so now. Okay. Just a bit of adjusting. There we go. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. Oh, hi. Sorry, let me put that down. Sorry, I didn't hear you come in. Sometimes I just get so wrapped up in me work, I forget that other people exist. Anyway, welcome to Jarvis Repairs. How can I help you? Oh, you need something repaired? Well, you're in the right place. There's nothing that my dad and I can't fix. That's a guarantee. Who am I? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't introduce myself, did I? Jarvis. Isabelle Jarvis. Friends call me Izzy. Yeah, good to meet you. So, what was it that you needed repaired? Oh, your transmitter. Well, that's no good. You can hardly survive without those things these days. Sure, can I have a look at it? Okay. Oh, I can tell you right off the bat what the problem is. You're missing an alpha gear here. Yeah. Must have fallen off. Those don't just fall off though. Did you drop this or did something happen to it? Oh. Oh, I suppose that would do it. Okay. Yeah, it shouldn't take too long to fix. I've got some alpha gears here. Just have to sort through them a bit. I'm a bit messy. I really need to sit down and organise my gears a bit more. But yeah, I can get that. You know, let me just take a closer look at this. Make sure there's not anything else wrong with it, okay? Right. Just... Okay. Everything else looks okay. Oh. Yeah, that gear's a little loose. Just tighten that one up real quick. There we are. It's nice and tight now. It's not going anywhere. Alright, yeah, it shouldn't take too long to replace that alpha gear and just adjust everything, make sure that everything's, you know, working together alright. Would you like to just hang out here and look at some of the products we've got on the floor here? Otherwise, if you've got other places you need to be, you can just pop back in later this evening. Yeah, you'd like to go and come back? No problem. Yeah, I should be done probably within the hour, honestly. So anytime after that, you can just come right on in. We're open all day. So, okay, sounds good. Well, I suppose I'll be seeing you later then with your repaired transmitter ready for you. All right, sounds good. Thank you for choosing Jarvis Repairs. See you in a bit. Jeez, this is really filthy. I'm surprised Zot sold it to you like this. Usually she takes so much pride in her things. You know, she's very meticulous with how she cares for them. And this looks like she just picked it up out of the dirt and gave it to you. And she said she didn't want to damage it. Well, I suppose that's fair. Although she could have cleaned it off a bit. I mean, it's not made of glass. It wouldn't have survived all these years in the dirt and the debris and the rubble if it had been fragile. Oh well. A last little relic of Brighthaven. You and me, Bug. The Blightthorn Incident. Yeah, of course you'd like to know about that. It's not particularly pleasant to talk about. Thought you'd soften me up with a little trinket and then I'd share my life story with you, did you? Yeah. Alright. But listen up, I'm only telling you once. So sit down and pay attention. You see, like I said, Brighthaven was founded by the gnomes. The gnomes are the ones that brought things like alchemy and engineering and all of those sorts of things to Maladia. And then, when they were here, they met humans. And we humans, well, we might not be quite as inherently genius as the gnomes, nor do we live nearly as long to, perfect our craft. We have a very, very important skill when it comes to advancement. An insatiable curiosity. That's right, we humans, we always want to know more, don't we? We want things bigger and better and more. We want to do something more. We want to leave our mark on the world. And we always, always, always want to know, don't we? Insatiable. Well, while that charisma is, well, it can be a good thing. It can also be a bad thing, especially when it's paired with some of the very human traits like pride, greed. Yeah. There was this apothecary. I knew him too. That's the worst part. I knew him. He and his father had this little apothecary shop. It was actually just a few blocks down from me and my dad's shop. And they were constantly creating these amazing tinctures and elixirs and all that sort of stuff. And the son loved to experiment, come up with new things. And as he got better at it, and as he learned more about the art of the apothecary, he became a bit more ambitious and more ambitious. And he started playing around with some of the more dangerous substances that were in his father's shop. And he started asking questions and combining things that should not have been combined. It's funny, I spoke to him just 2 days before the Blightthorn Incident. He had just got his hands on some sort of an elfin relic. Something with magic. That's right, their actual magic. And he was going to combine it with things from the apothecary, specifically ether. I don't know if you know what ether is. It's sort of an apothecary's version of magic, I suppose. It's almost like life essence. I don't know how they get it. I don't know really all that much about it. Wasn't an apothecary. But I know that it was very rare, very valuable, and very volatile. Not something that you should be mixing with things that you don't know what it would do. I told him as much. And he promised he would be careful. Anyway, you can guess how well that went. I don't know exactly what he did, but after people examined where the explosion came from, it was very, very clear that the epicenter was that apothecary shop. Flattened half the city. Just completely gone. One moment everyone was just bustling about their days like normal, and the next, death and horror, panic. My dad didn't survive. He was at the shop. I was out running errands for him, actually, on the other side of the city. I mean, we felt it. Everyone in the whole city felt it, but I almost wish that I had just been home with him. No, I know I shouldn't say that. Survivor's remorse. Something I've been living with for 10 years. Yeah. Anyway, You'd be surprised what an explosion can do to the most advanced city in the kingdom. You know, brings out the best in some people, but it also brings out the worst in others. And the whole city, everyone just faded into chaos. Yeah, that'll do. Oh, hey, good. You're waking up. Whoa, hey, it's all right. I'm not gonna hurt you. What? Oh, this? Well, this is just to protect from the raiders and marauders that have popped up lately. Yeah, no, it's not for you. Don't worry. I mean, unless you tried to hurt me, and then I would not hesitate. But I don't really think you're in any good shape to try to attack anyone right now. Yeah. No, I know it's been one hell of a week here, but I promise you I mean you no harm. And I'm not going to rob you either. What's yours will remain yours, and what's mine will remain mine. Just want to help. What happened? I was hoping you could tell me that. I was just scavenging through some buildings closer to the epicenter of the explosion, and I saw you half buried underneath some rubble, completely passed out. Yeah. Were you there the whole time? Was that where you were when the explosion happened? No. Oh, you were just hiding out there. Then what was it? One of the aftershocks made more of the building cave in? I figured it was probably something like that. Well, I'm sorry. Although I guess I'm glad you haven't been there for... How many days has it been? 6 days? I think this is the 6th day. I don't know. Merrick keeps trying to tell me that we need to pay attention to things like that. We need to try to, give ourselves a sense of normalcy as much as we can. I keep telling him that I don't think things are going to be normal for quite some time. But I suppose he's right in sort of annoying, optimistic sort of way. Who am I? Oh, I didn't introduce myself, did I? Sorry, Jarvis. Isabelle Jarvis. Yeah, what's your name? Good to meet you. Oh, Merrick? Yeah, he's, I think he's keeping watch outside. Yeah, he's a friend of mine, I suppose. I don't know, he's rather annoying, but at least it's a familiar face, right? He is, well, he's an idealist. He keeps saying that, we'll get through this and we'll rebuild Brighthaven and everything will be back to the way it was, maybe even bigger and more grand and more beautiful than what it was. I don't know, he's always been optimistic. Optimistic to the point of idiocy sometimes. Oh well. Doesn't hurt to have a positive force around now and then, I guess. Hey, do you mind if I try to clean off some of these scrapes that you've got on your head? Yeah. It's probably where you got hit by like a bee or something. I don't know. It's not looking great though. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't mind. I've got a rag here. Now, I'll be honest, it's not the cleanest, but it's probably the cleanest that you're going to find right now in all the wreckage. Yeah, I mean, and it's a right bit cleaner than your forehead. Okay, yeah, I can do what I can at least. There we go. There. That's doing something at least. So were you with anyone after everything, or were you trying to get by on your own? I'm sorry. Well, you're not on your own anymore. Now you've got me and Merrick. I mean, if you want to, if you want to stick around with us. Not that we've really got a plan of what we're doing right now. We're just trying to get by. Find what supplies we can without stealing from other people, obviously, but, scavenging through the wreckage and doing what we can for people. That's really the only plan right now. Yeah. Who, me? Oh, you mean Olive? Don't worry about it. Really, I'm actually healing up quite nicely, honestly. Yeah. It's just a little skirmish with some of the raiders that have popped up here and there. It's funny, after such a crazy, unforeseen tragedy, it brings out the best in some people, like Merrick, trying to help everyone and bring everyone together. And then it also brings out the worst in some people, unfortunately. Yeah. People attacking other survivors for food or water or medical supplies. Or people just hoarding things that they, when they have too much, more than they need anyway, and other people are starving. Do you hear that? Shh. It's not those raiders again. Okay, it stopped. Good. I mean, we're sort of underground. We're in a cellar of one of the houses. The house above us is almost completely totaled, but the cellar door was strong enough that down here everything survived the blast. Yeah. Unfortunately, it wasn't a very well stocked cellar. I mean, there's a bit of food here and there. We're doing okay. I mean, I don't know, we'll have to figure something out, but we're surviving for now. We don't have a lot, but what we have is yours, if you'd like. Yeah, of course. Got to stick together. Got to do what we can for each other during this time. There, it's looking a bit cleaner. Now, do you mind if I've got some of this, I think it's like a healing tincture, something like that. You see, Merrick's father was an apothecary. Unfortunately, Merrick didn't really have any interest in carrying on the family business, so he doesn't know all that much, but of course when something is labelled healing tincture, at least he knows a little bit. Anyway, we were able to salvage a few things from the wreckage. Luckily, Merrick and I were actually running errands for our parents on the other side of town, so we survived. Yeah. Anyway, if you want me to put some of this on some of those deeper cuts up there, could, help them heal better, maybe take away some of the pain too. Okay, good. I mean, I used it on myself earlier, so, at least it's not going to do anything weird, I promise. Just a little bit that on there. There we are. You'll be right as rain. Well, considering. There we are. Hopefully that will help that feel better. It's not stinging or anything, is it? Okay, good. I mean, I don't know, maybe stinging means it would be working, but it's okay. So did you have many supplies or things in that building you were staying in? Not really? Okay, so it's not really worth going back there. That's alright. No, it's fine. We'll figure it out. Merrick keeps, every time we run into someone, he gives them this big speech about how we're all going to get through this. We can rebuild, we can rally together what we have, and, make use of the rubble too, and start to rebuild, make a settlement, and then someday build up the city again. He says it's so nice, I almost believe it. Yeah, I don't know. It would take a lot of work, but maybe someday we can rebuild. Have you thought about what you're going to do? I know a lot of people are leaving. I mean, not that I blame them. You're not sure? Us neither. I don't want to leave, I can tell you that. Brighthaven is the only place I've ever lived. It's my home. My dad and me, we had a shop, a repair shop, and we would tinker with our own sort of inventions and projects on the side. We had a dream someday of opening up an actual inventor's shop, maybe doing repairs on the side, but mostly making a living from making our own things, making people's lives a bit better. Yeah, right now the repair shop pays the bills, but that was the dream. I guess not anymore. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. I don't know, right now it's mostly just about survival. Well, that's looking better. Yeah, is that feeling a bit better? Good, okay, glad to hear it. Yeah, I think that should heal up okay. Alright, is there anywhere else that you're feeling any pain? Nothing severe, okay. Yeah, I mean, scrapes and bruises, we've all got them, right? But nothing too bad. Okay, good. You know, I do have some of this this makeshift bandage that we found. It's really just some cloth that, if you like, I could tie it around those scrapes, just sort of, yeah, give you a bit more protection from the dirt. Okay, sure. Oh, this? It's just a sprained wrist, probably. I don't know. I mean, we've got, you know, some of the tinctures and things from his father's shop, but we don't exactly have medical supplies. Just making do with what we have. Yeah, if you don't mind, let me just, there we go. I'm just going to reach behind you here. There we go. Yeah, I think that should stay in place. Does it feel okay? It's not too tight. Okay, good. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Well, you should maybe try to get some rest. You've had quite the day. Yeah. No, it's okay. We're safe here, and like I said, Mark's outside keeping watch for us. So if anything happens, he'll let us know. But yeah, you're safe here. Safe to rest, and I'll be right here. You know, just working on some stuff. Yeah, if you need anything, okay? Okay, sure. Yeah, you just close your eyes. I'll be right here. Okay. There we are. Now you're actually starting to look like a little bug, aren't you? I mean, you're still going to take some work. I don't know how long it's going to be. Oh, it still turns. Oh, you know what? I think there's some dirt inside of there. I'm going to have to take it apart. I don't want to ruin any of those tiny little mechanisms inside. You know, it's funny. My father used to save up to buy me little toys like this from that toy inventor. And then within a week, he would come into my bedroom and see all the pieces taken apart. I wanted to know how it worked. Once I got a bit older, I was a bit better at taking things apart and putting them back together. But there were definitely some tears shed about a few of the first things that he bought me when I was little. Yeah, there was this one little. It was a ballerina, but she started out as this little flower, just this little flower blossom, and then as the flower opened up, the petals turned on the other side and became the ballerina's skirt as she stood up from the centre of the flower and then started dancing. It was beautiful. And I had it for a week before I took it apart and didn't know how to put it back together. One of the only times I've seen my father not mad per se, just disappointed. Isn't that right? It's alright. He put it back together, mostly. She never was quite as smooth as she was before. Poor thing. Anyway. What happened next? Well, I would love to tell you that it just turned out happy, but I think you know that that's not the case. It wouldn't be called Blightthorn now from the king if everything turned out happy. No, we stuck around for a while, me and Merrick, and we tried to do what we could. Unfortunately, most of the people we helped ended up not returning the favour. In fact, doing quite a lot of harm to us, stealing our supplies, that sort of thing. And Merrick tried so hard to rally everyone, get everyone to see that we could still pull together, to fill everyone with hope and with that sense of pride that we had in our town. But in the end, greed and fear won over. By the time he finally agreed to leave Blightthorn, he was a different person. He's never quite recovered. Yeah, that's him, Merrick, the man who owns the tavern. He's a bit of an oddball. I'm not surprised that you haven't actually met him. He mostly keeps to himself in the back. Comes out, buys a few rounds of drinks for people now and then, but for the most part he sort of keeps to himself. Somewhere there's still that charismatic, that encouraging leader inside of him, but I don't know, it got buried. Yeah. Anyway, I wish I could tell you a happier story. Oh, and then, that's not even the worst part, because after all of this happened and Brighthaven was declared Blightthorn and they named the explosion the Blightthorn Incident, then the king's royal guard started to spread the rumours that it was a gnome. Yeah, that there was some sort of rebellion or something and it was a bomb that they planted in the human quarter. Absolutely absurd. Just completely abysmally wrong. But of course there weren't very many of us left to say that it was false. You should have seen the way gnomes were treated for the first few years after all of that. People hardly trusted them. Poor Zot could hardly make a living, hardly anyone would buy from her. But they're a hearty lot, those crazy, intelligent little gnomes. They made it through. Just like me, just like Merrick. Always make it through. Anyway, sorry, it's such a sad story. Wish I had something happier to tell you. Well, I'll work on this. That's a good happy thing. I'll do that. We'll clean up this little buggy and see if we can't get it to dance again. Be sort of like that little ballerina I destroyed. Last little relic of the joy, the beauty that was Brighthaven. Yeah. Thank you for this. No, really, it's it brings up painful memories, but it also brings up good ones. You can't just always focus on the pain. Sometimes You've got to take the pain with the good. But the pain doesn't make the good less good. In fact, if anything, pain makes good more good. Don't you think? You can't have light without dark. Anyway, it's good to remember the good times. So thank you. Well, is there something that you needed from me, or was this all that you wanted to do today? Alright, sounds good. Yeah, I'm feeling like being alone, if that's okay with you. Yeah, I just need some time to myself and my little buggy friend here. Okay. Well, I suppose I'll see you next time. And thank you.